good evening. Welcome to the regular trustee meeting for Beavercreek Township. It is Monday, March 13th, 2023, and it is 5:01 p.m. If you all join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have an agenda. Are there any changes or corrections? All right.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Trustee Wallace?
Yes.
Trustee Kreis?
Yes.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Make a motion to accept the general ledger report in the amount of $356,323.94 for the March 8th, 2023 payroll as presented.
Second.
Trustee Kreis?
Yes.
Trustee Wallace?
Yes.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
I make a motion to accept the payment listing reports in the amount of $500,618.64 for warrants through 3/9 of 2023.
Second.
Trustee Wallace?
Yes.
Trustee Kreis?
Yes.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from February 27th, 2023 regular trustee meeting and the March 1, 2023 special trustee meeting.
Second.
Trustee Kreis?
Yes.
Trustee Wallace?
Yes.
Trustee Dean?
Yes. All right. This is the portion of our meeting. We'll accept some speakers from the public. If there's any citizens desiring to speak, come on up. You have 3 minutes. I don't see any, so we'll move on. There is no old business and there is no new business. We'll turn it over to Mr. Zaharia for the...
Thank you, Board. First item this evening is the Greene County Sheriff's Office monthly report on page 11 of your packet. Are there any questions?
I had no questions. Anybody else?
Just want to commend you for all the work you've done with Ohio Task Force on the bus that you happened in the township was great, and in Beavercreek. I have no other comments.
Nope, no comment. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Board. Just one item that one of our deputies will be off to school very shortly to go to K-9 training. So we'll keep you up to date on that as well. Thank you, Board. The next item is on page 22 of your packet is the biweekly report, or excuse me, the monthly report for HR. Are there any questions?
I have no questions.
I had none.
I have none. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board. Next item is on page 26 is the monthly report for the community development and risk, and I'll turn it over to our fire marshal.
Evening, Board. We had our open house on February 28th. We had about 25 visitors in total. Some good feedback from the residents that came in. Thank you all for attending. Many of them participated in the activities that we had and did a few surveys. We don't have quite as many online surveys yet as with the first public open house and interaction, but we're expecting a lot more with all the interaction that we have, and that includes the road show, which we have some displays out at Greene County Library in Xenia right now until the 16th, and then we'll take those same boards over to the Board of Education for their presentation on the 16th at 6:30 p.m. And then we'll leave the boards there on display in the Board of Education office for a while, and then we'll take it over to Beavercreek Library around the 27th of March. As with anything, I think there's a flyer on the back of the packet that we have, and we're encouraging everybody to go to the communityplan.org and fill out the survey that we have, all the information, participate with it. I had a note on here that when we get to the TAC meeting, agenda is also on the back of our packets, just to let you know. And I know this is this is a review of the February monthly, but I wanted to throw something in now that happened just Friday, and didn't want it to get forgotten about next month. But On Friday, Planning Next, the Planning Next team of Sarah, Kelly, and Shelby, I think it's Oldroyd from Planning Next, they actually invited Mr. McConnell down to present at a planning and zoning workshop for the Cincinnati section of the American Planning Association, the Ohio chapter specifically, down at UC. It was a one-day workshop. It was primarily focused on planning practices, development trends for community development professionals and citizen planners and everything like that for the greater Cincinnati area. Again, they invited Max down, and they all three of them had a presentation that provided, it was a presentation, and it was called Building a Better Bedroom Community, Sustainability, Public Health, and Character-Based Approach to Land Use in Beavercreek Township. So it was they spoke about the township's land use plan and that progression, and how they use the character-based approach for the land use plan, and how to draw on the themes of sustainability and the public health and stuff like that. But it was a great presentation, really well accepted. There were a couple UC professors that were in there that had some great questions and some good insight to the presentation that they had. So it was great to have them be invited down there, and obviously Planning Next inviting Max to do a presentation. I kind of snuck in on Friday to watch the presentation. It went really well, and definitely want to compliment them on it. So a lot of positive comments in regards to it. So that's all I have. Do you have any questions in regards to the monthly?
I just noticed that you guys are really busy, which tasks staff a lot, but you guys did a great job on that public awareness we had here in the township. The citizens were really engaged and having fun, but also serious about what their priorities were for the plan. And so I commend you and Max and your whole staff for doing a fine job.
It's been great teamwork with Planning Next, and Max been doing a great job too. So, okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Board. Next item is on page 39 of your packet is the monthly report for IT. There's some information notes of some power disruptions. We also were down for the network switch out, so we finally got all the backorder supplies and supply chain issues. So we do have switches, all the upgraded switches in the government center, so that will complete our redundant system. So if the government center will go down, then Station 64 will kick in and continue the loop through the microwave system, and vice versa. So just an awareness item, at the end of the next meeting, we will have the EOC IT section upgrades. There are two components. There is a fire component that is budgeted, and then a general fund IT component. And this was all talking with everybody that was in the EOC the night of the tornado of some of the things that we needed to upgrade, and some suggestions amongst from not only township staff, but it is a joint EOC operation with the city of Beavercreek, so it is also their EOC. So we will be presenting that, and then the fire department will be bringing in the phase 2, which will be integrating the dispatching consoles as well as station alerting as part of that, unless I'm missing anything else. Are there any questions?
I had none. Thank you.
Thank you, Board. Next item is on page 42 of your packet is a surplus item for the finance department. Just kind of a little spring cleaning of some stuff we found. So some of it, as you can see, is bulk binders. We have boxes of binders that we'll put on Gov Deals, as well as several calculators that we'll put out there as well. So you can pass it as presented.
Just a quick question on the calculators. Are they adding machines, or are they actually calculators? And the only reason I'm asking is if you could donate them to the schools at all.
So what we can do once you surplus them, and if no one gets them, we can donate them to the school.
Yeah. just depending what type of calculator it is.
Yeah, it's the old calculators with the paper roll.
adding machine.
Yeah.
They won't know what to do with
Yeah.
those. Send those, those will go south.
I'll turn it up to you. Yeah, they're pretty dated.
Yeah. Never mind.
And we found 5 of them. So apparently they were very popular at some point in the township.
If you end up with a calculator like a kid could use for,
Yeah.
for
This is the big,
an advanced math class, it's different.
Yeah.
Some of those are expensive and
They
kids
are.
can't afford them. So.
yeah, this is, it's a little bit different.
They wouldn't know what to do with the paper.
Yeah. I don't know if you can even get paper for them anymore. I'm sure you can. So you can pass it as presented.
I'll make a motion to pass resolution number 202-303-13-FIN-8, a resolution finding certain township equipment to be surplus and dispose of it.
Second.
Trustee Wallace,
Yes.
Trustee Crutz,
Yes.
Trustee Dean.
Yes.
Thank you, Board. And next item is on page 44 of your packet is the monthly report for the Finance Department. Are there any questions?
Only question I had was relative to the Finance Committee. I'll just wait till we get to that.
Okay. All right, thank
I
you.
had one, thank you.
Thank you, Board. First item under the Public Service Department is a request to reject the Factory Road bid for the drainage improvement project. Unfortunately, we only received 1 bid, and it was 30% over the engineering estimate. So obviously by law, we have to reject it. We already been working with Choice One to update it. Because these are ARPA funds that are used, all the material has to be domestic. So they can't use any foreign materials. And the biggest expense change we saw was domestic steel had to be used. So we're going to update that. And so we have a motion on page 47 to go ahead and reject it and then authorize me to submit it with the updated engineering estimates. Mr. Schroeder and Mr. Parks are here to answer any questions, or myself.
I have no questions on it.
After those questions,
Was prevailing wage an issue here or not, or?
it does have to be prevailing wage, yes. The ARPA funds, we have to use state prevailing wage as opposed to federal prevailing wage. That's the difference.
Seems crazy you take taxpayer dollars to then pay higher rates than what you should be paying. Make a motion to approve motion to approve purchase request 202301313-PSD to reject the bid from Ohio Site Solutions for Factory Road Drainage Project and authorize the township administrator to re-advertise the project with a new engineer's estimate.
Second.
Trustee Crutz,
Yes.
Trustee Wallace,
Yes.
Trustee Dean.
Yes.
Thank you, Board. The next item is on page 48 is your monthly report. Are there any questions?
I had
I
no
have no
questions.
questions.
I had none. Is the, only if the ODOT project, or I guess the project, I'll call it at 35 and Treybine, if that's causing any unforeseen carryover expense or anything to the township? Is there any issues there? They're handling everything?
Yes, this is a completely ODOT project. The 20% local match is obviously from the county, but everything's locked in regards to prices, so we shouldn't see any of that. There will always be change orders, and those contingencies are built into the state project.
Does township have any exposure as far as the eminent domain issue? Or
We
is
do
that-
not. In fact, that process is complete. The only thing that we would be going to court over, the township will be a part of the court case. The property is in the township or county engineer's name, I forget which. It might be in our name, and then it'll become the state of Ohio's. At that point, what will happen when we go to court will just be the fact that we're just disagree on the price in regards to the amount of the land acquisition. So the land is in our name, the project can move forward. It will just be the court case will determine how much we owe the landowner. Now, the burden of proof is on the landowner at this point because we've had estimates done and appraisals done, and then we have to buy, since it's a federal project, we had to get a independent appraisal to check that appraisal. So there are essentially two appraisals in this case.
Mute whoever's on there.
I'm muting him now. It's Mr. Parks.
Okay, thank you.
Got the news on. Yeah, so that case, most likely it's being filed in common police court here in Greene County. Most likely it'll go to mediation first. No, not most likely. It will go to mediation first, and then if we can't come to a settlement, then it goes in front of the judge, which in this case, I'm assuming would be a visiting judge. But there will be no delays in the project.
Thank you.
Thank you, board. And then the next item is on page 51, or actually 52, which will be your February monthly report for the fire department. Are there any questions?
I had no questions.
I had none.
None. Thank you.
Thank you, board. That's all I have.
All right. Legal advisor?
Nothing today.
Thank you. Fiscal officer?
Nothing further, thank you.
Thank you. All right, meetings, Miami Valley Regional Planning?
Mr. Kretz will attend the first meeting in May. I was elected second vice president, and I was also reelected as chair for the Institute Steering Committee for MVRPC.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
TAC?
The agenda's in your packet. If there are any questions from that, staff can answer it.
Thank you. Regional Planning?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Health Department, nothing to report. School Superintendent, City Manager?
My meeting's at the end of the month with the city manager, but I did speak to him regarding my retirement, so I did inform them last week.
All right, Bright Pat?
No meeting, and I just accepted a meeting for the Greene County Water and Wastewater Committee where we'll get updates regarding all the projects, especially the water softening project.
Okay, Township Association, Ms. Walls?
First, I want to thank Greene County Township trustees for helping to host the Greene County Township Association meeting tomorrow night, 6:30 at Stonehill Village. Thank you, Mr. Kretz, for obtaining the location, and Mr. Zaharia for your staff on putting everything together, and looking forward to the RSVP'd guests that will be there.
Square tables.
Oh, that's square tables. Yeah, I don't remember. I said it were round, but they are square tables, and we did get square covers for those tables.
It made the adjustment.
That's why we like to visit it first.
Yep.
Investment Oversight.
The only question I had, so where did we leave it, Mr. Rushing, with regard to a quarterly update from them, and as far as essentially getting an understanding of our laddering, so we can maximize rates as they continue to go up and down, but dominantly up.
Yeah, I reached out to Ted Sumner, recording in some dates for when Ms. Wallace returns.
Perfect.
I'll circulate that for our next board meeting when
Okay.
Ms. Wallace returns.
I'll return on April 15th.
Maybe we can do it for the last meeting of April, if that's possible.
Okay.
I do have and that's fine. I just want you to know I do have a guest speaker already. It would be Congressman Turner's new
Okay.
regional person.
have that person first and then have Mr. Sumner
Yeah,
at
it's
the end?
fine. We'll just
Or
have
vice
both.
versa.
And as you know, it might be a little longer since it's someone new to introduce to you as the local rep to Congressman Turner's office. So I did meet him the other night. So he's excited to get out and start meeting with all the local jurisdictions.
Very simple, need money.
Yeah.
All right,
Great.
thank you. Anything else to come before the board?
I had nothing.
All right.
Record time.
Yeah, record time. Accept a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second,
Trustee Walls?
Yes.
Trustee Crutz?
yes.
Trustee Dean?
Yes. Thank you. Have a great night.